AP Sabers. So we are going over how to upload your works into your digital portfolio for the year. And there's a lot of specific constraints, so we thought, why not make a tutorial? Step one is to photograph your art and get it made into a digital copy. What we have here is an old school copy stand. So this thing used to be used for film photography to reproduce a print and make a negative again. But it works really well for this too. We've got lights that come in at an angle to try and reduce glare, and that are going to evenly light your artwork. So you're going to square this up on here with the base. You'll go up over the top with the device to photograph. Now you can use your phones. We have an iPad available for you as well if you want to use that. You'll notice what we want to do is just make sure we're not skewed. Make sure we're not skewed like this. This would be called keystoning, where it's like a trapezoid instead of a square. So it takes a little bit to kind of get really oriented until you're totally square. And then if you also notice, if I swing this arm in, we can see a reflection moving right in the bottom corner here, or we've got glare. And so we want to reduce that. We can just move this arm away until that glare goes away. And if we've got glare on the other side as well, we can make some adjustments here and just overall light it less until we get very good color reproduction and an even what?
I have a huge glare on top of mine.
Oh, that's from the lights up there.
Is that okay?
It's totally okay.
All right.
Yeah, this looks good. So I've got it on photo setting. I'm going to wait till I get square here. Leave a little bit of room because I can crop. Take a picture. And one more for sure so I'm not moving. Boom. I think I got it. Okay. Step one is done. Are we recording?
Yes.
Are we recording? Mm-hmm. Okay. Step two. You need to transfer this to your computer. So off of an iPad or an iPhone, AirDrop works great. Select this. Shows up on your laptop. Save it into your downloads. Or you can email this photo to yourself, to your GApps, and open it up there. We'll pick up from there with step three. Okay, Sabers, once you've transferred this to your computer, you should find it in your downloads or email. And from there, you want to open it with the preview application. So if it's in your downloads, this is the copy of it right here. You can just double click on it. Otherwise, if it's in your mail, you would need to download it to your computer, double click, and the default application it opens with is Preview, and Preview is a super awesome app. It's got a lot of power. So what we're going to do with Preview is a few basic edits. First thing would be rotating this thing. Now, looking at this picture, there is some glare on it, and if you look at it in detail on your screen and decide if I need to reshoot it, obviously do it at this point. But the main things we're concerned about are the image size constraints. So we're going to choose Tools and go to Adjust Size. And you'll notice that this image is pretty large in size for pixels because the camera that took it is a high-resolution camera. But when you open this up on the internet or a display, the AP board wants to make sure that it's not like hugely blown out and they have specific constraints. So your limitations for landscape and portrait orientation, in this case it would be portrait orientation, would be 780 by 530 as a maximum. So we can type in for height 780. It's going to automatically constrain the other one because we say keep it proportional. And the resample image is really important. That means it's going to scale it down properly. The resolution also needs to be set at 72 pixels per inch. This is important as well. And the default was at 72. So we click OK. You can see the reduction here. And it automatically does that. Now it literally shrunk this. So I want to show you this for learning's sake. If I zoom way in on the details of this picture, let's look at the teeth here. Oh, too much, too much. Oh, why can't I move? There we go. Look at the teeth and we can see the jagged pixels, okay? This is on the image that we edited or changed the size on. We resized it down. This is the original, but it has not been resized. And I'll rotate it. And then zoom in, and oops, there we go. On the same image with the same relative zoom, we can see the image quality difference. Now nobody's going to look at your picture this close on the internet. They're going to look at it like this, at its native, like its full size. So it looks great as resized. Don't worry about that. I just want you to understand what's going on when we change pixel size for the sake of learning. And now we'll move on. Okay, which one were we on? Close that one out. We're on this one. The other things you can do with Preview are crop. You can see that we have a silver border here that we're going to want to get rid of. So the crop tool, you use the rectangular selection, drag a box, and if this is not entirely straight, I don't know if we can rotate, we'll figure that out. It does look relatively square. There's a little bit of skew, but we'll probably let it ride. So obviously take some time with your crop. Once you have it to where you want it, hit the crop button. It's going to resize it slightly. It made it a little bit shorter, but it's still within the specifications that you were given, so that's okay. And then, do we have anything else we have to change?
No, changes are done.
Okay, changes are done, so we want to save this. File save. If we want to change the name of it as well, we can do that here. I would leave the file extension for now. I think that, I don't know if that's required, but it's always a good habit to leave the file extension so the computer doesn't get confused. And we're going to call this nobody's work because we don't know who did this. And it's going to save to our downloads. Okay, last steps are uploading it to your portfolio. So you would go back to Google Drive. And inside your drive, you should have a folder that was created and shared. We haven't made this yet, but this is, yeah, you know how to make a folder, kids. So you would create a new folder. You're going to title it AP Art 2016, 2017, Joe Schulte, if I am Miss Rawlings students. Create, and then the next thing I would do is share that with Miss Rawlings. And she can edit, that's good. Send. She's now shared this folder. Open this up, and we want to drag our work and drop it in there. So you can see the file size difference, 150 kilobytes versus 2.9. We want the one that's resized and renamed. Drop it, upload it, done deal. Now Miss Rawlings can see it, and we'll organize from there.
Perfect.
Okay, and scene.